I watched a documentary yesterday on Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's a boxer. Some of you may not be aware of who he is. But at the moment, he's 37 years old. He's a current world champion. He has about 6 or 7 belts from several different weight classes, but he's also undefeated. He's currently 45-0, which he is already a Hall of Fame boxer. If he doesn't do anything else at this point, if he loses all the rest of his fights, he's still a Hall of Fame boxer. Now, while I was watching this documentary, because I'm always intrigued about champions, the heart of a champion, the mind, the work ethic, all of that stuff. So I was watching this documentary, and it's a good documentary. It took him from his childhood all the way up to the point where he hit pro and all those kinds of things. But I want to pinpoint and focus on one part of the documentary that was pretty powerful. Up to this point in his fight career, he's never really been tested. Now, he's been in the ring, had some battles, etc., but not ever really been in trouble because he's considered one of the greatest defensive specialists of all time in the ring. But there was this particular fight between him and a guy named Shane Mosley. And in the second round of that fight, Shane Mosley caught Mayweather with a punch and almost knocked him out. And you got to think now, this guy's been undefeated. He's into his 40 and some odd number of fights. He seems invincible. So for him to get caught with a punch and it actually rocked him, well, I mean, now all of a sudden there's a kink in his armor. So as the documentary played out, they showed this particular punch, and they started talking a lot about it. Now, there's 3 things that Floyd Mayweather said, and one thing that Hall of Famer Sugar Ray Leonard said that really blew me away that I want to bring to this call. Now, here are the 3 things. When he got hit with that punch, it was at that point that if he was a real champion, it was going to show itself. Because all champions, and this is Floyd Mayweather's words, he said, in order to be a champion at my level, these are the 3 things you need. The first thing you need is a mind. You must know the game of boxing. You have to be basically, really on top of your knowledge and understanding of the game. The second thing that you need is a chin. That seems kind of obvious, but he said you're going to get hit. He said, like it or not, you're going to get hit in boxing. And you got to have a chin if you're going to be a champion. And he said, number 3 you need is heart. You got to have all 3. If you don't have all 3 of these things, you never have a shot at being a champion. And then Ray Leonard came in and he talked about the scene of the fight, and he said something really powerful. He said, in that fight, he was really hurt, and you can see that he was really hurt. And by the way, Floyd Mayweather went on to win that fight decisively, all right? Like, it wasn't even close after that. But Ray Leonard said that when you take a look at the fight, you could see that he went down into the reservoir of the inner strength that we all have. But the powerful thing that Ray Leonard said is that although we all have it, very few of us know how to tap into it. Wow, that's deep. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are destined to be legendary or want to be legendary or have an opportunity to have a historic impact in whatever you're pursuing, here's what you need. Number 1, you need to have the mind of someone who is historic and legendary. Do you study your craft maniacally? As Kobe Bryant was also in the documentary, and he talked about his maniacal work ethic. He said, we see the cars, the house, the flash. He said, but if you have any shot at receiving that, you have to be nearly maniacal in your work ethic year after year after year after year. So the first thing is you have to have a mind for the game that you're in. How committed are you? How sold out are you at becoming a master in your mind about what it is that you're doing? That's first of all. The second thing is a chin. Ladies and gentlemen, you are going to take shots. You're going to take shots from people close to you, far from you. You're going to take shots financially, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You're going to take shots. And the question is, can you stand the punch? Can you take the punch? You have to have a chin of iron. There are no champions who don't take hits. And there are no champions that don't get hit hard. Some champions get knocked down multiple times. I've seen many fights just like that, only to see them rise up and win that fight after looking like they were going to lose. You cannot expect to have any real success without any real challenges. It just doesn't happen. Do you have a chin? Can you take the shots? And then heart. When you do take the shot, is your thought process to go to the locker room and take a shower and head on out to dinner for the night and just forget about it? Or do you realize that, as Ray Leonard said, do you go down deep inside of yourself into that inner strength that all of us have and tap into that? And call upon a power that you otherwise wouldn't be able to unless you're in a storm. That inner strength is not even accessible until you hit a storm. You can't manufacture that when things are nice and good and flowing. It can only be accessed when the challenge presents itself. The question is, can you access it? Can you dig deep? Can you dig deeper than deep? Can you dig deeper than deeper than deep? Can you really go down in your well to that way down in there strength that we all have, call upon it, drop a bucket down in there like a whale and pull it up so you can get refreshed to keep going? Can you do it? That's my question. Can you do it? Because if you want to be a champion, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have a mind of a champion, the chin of a champion, the heart of a champion, and the power to tap into that hidden strength. And if you can't do that right now, you better start working on it. There needs to be more gym time for you. You need to spend more time practicing. You need to spend more time training. Maybe you need a better trainer. Maybe you need a trainer. I don't know what you need. You do. But that was what I walked away with from watching the documentary. And is it no wonder that all champions in all walks of life all carry the same seeds of greatness? Kobe Bryant was in the documentary. We already know he's a Hall of Fame basketball player. There was multiple other personalities and people in there that I could call their names, and every last one of them, if I had lined them all up and asked them, is that true in your arena? Is it true for you in communications? Is it true for you in business? Is it true for you in ministry? Is it true for you in sports? Is it true for you in politics? They all would be nodding their head and say, yes, you need a mind for what we do. Yes, you need a chin for what we do. Yes, you need a heart for what we do. And yes, you better learn how to tap into that inner strength because you won't make it. This is why a tiny percent of people become great. Right here is what I'm talking. This here is this is what separates really the champs from the chumps right here, this conversation. This is what it does. This is it right here. So when you think about how few people get to the top ranks of things, these are the reasons. These are the intangibles that you can't teach. I can't teach you perseverance. I can't teach you to have heart. I can't teach you to be tough. I can't teach you to go deeper when you need to. I can't teach you that. I can teach you all the surface fundamental things, but I can't teach that. God already gave it to you. It's there. You got to learn how to well it up and pull upon it when you need it. Because your greatest moments have yet to be seen. Your greatest hour has not been achieved yet. You think that you might be doing good now, but trust me, God has so much more for you if you would just get better in your head, get a stronger chin, get a bigger heart, and tap into that well. This is your season. Rain, sleet, snow, sun, it doesn't matter. A champion is working all the time on whatever he needs to work on. He's working when everybody else is sleeping. He's working when everybody else is relaxing. He's working when everybody else is glorying in the last victory when he's forgot about that. He's going on to the next level. So separate yourself. You deserve to be separated because if you want to be great, you got to be greatness.